mathematical problem related to solubility. Let us see the problem. Today's problem is explain that whether any precipitate will be formed when 10 milliliter 0.25 molar ferric chloride solution is added to 1 milliliter 0.5 molar ammonium hydroxide solution. Here, solubility product of ferric hydroxide is given, that is 3.74 times 10 to the power minus 38 at 25 degrees Celsius temperature. Let us clarify the problem. Suppose this is solution of ferric chloride. Its volume is 10 milliliter and strength of this solution is 0.25 molar. Another solution is this. This is solution of ammonium hydroxide. Its volume is 1 milliliter and strength of this solution is 0.5 molar. In the question it is said that one solution is added to another solution. Let us take both the solutions in another beaker to understand better. This is mixture of these two solutions, ferric chloride and ammonium hydroxide. Here volume is 10 milliliter plus 1 milliliter, that is total volume is 11 milliliter. Here let us see what reaction happens. Ferric chloride, ammonium hydroxide. Reaction is ferric hydroxide plus ammonium chloride. The question is whether ferric hydroxide will be formed as precipitate, that is whether ferric hydroxide deposits as precipitate or not. Here solubility product of ferric hydroxide has been given, this 3.7 times 10 to the power minus 38. Here we have to calculate ionic product of ferric hydroxide. Ionic product of ferric hydroxide has to be calculated. Then from the comparison between two values we can say that whether precipitate will be formed. So let us find ionic product of ferric hydroxide. In the mixture, ferric hydroxide is formed that ionizes to form ferric ion and hydroxide ion. If we want to calculate ionic product of ferric hydroxide, then we need to know concentration of ferric ion and concentration of hydroxide ion. So we are going to calculate concentration of ferric ion in the mixture and concentration of hydroxide ion in the mixture. Now let us see before mixing the solution. Before mixing sodium chloride with ammonium hydroxide, here 10 milliliter 0.25 molar ferric chloride solution is equivalent to 10 milliliter 0.25 molar ferric ion. That is, before mixing, volume is 10 milliliter and strength of ferric ion is 0.25 molar. After mixing, volume will be 11 milliliter and strength of ferric ion we have to calculate it. From the law of mass action we can write V1S1 is equal to V2S2. Then let us find S2. V1S1 divided by V2. This is equal to V1 10 times S1. S1 is this 0.25. V2 is 11. This is equal to 0.227. That means concentration of ferric ion in this solution is 0.227 molar. Here we got concentration of ferric ion. Now let us try to find concentration of hydroxide ion in the mixture. Before mixing, let us see about ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide, that is 1 milliliter 0.5 molar ammonium hydroxide solution is equivalent to 1 milliliter 0.5 molar hydroxide ion, because ammonium hydroxide ionizes to ammonium ion and hydroxide ion. So before mixing, volume is 1 milliliter and strength of, suppose here V3, strength is S3, that is concentration of hydroxide ion is 0.5 molar. After mixing, suppose volume is V4, this is 11 milliliter, strength of hydroxide ion in the mixture has to be calculated. According to law of mass action, we can write V3S3 is equal to V4S4. So S4 is equal to V3S3 divided by V4. V3 is 1 milliliter times, this is S3. S3 is 0.5 and total volume is 11. This is equal to 0.0454. That is concentration of hydroxide ion in the mixture we got 0.0454 molar. Now let us try to find ionic product of ferric hydroxide. We got concentration of ferric ion is 0.227 molar and concentration of hydroxide ion 0.0454 molar. From this equation, that is ferric hydroxide establishes an equilibrium state with its ions, ferric ion and hydroxide ion. From this equation we can calculate ionic product of ferric hydroxide. This is equal to product of the concentrations of the products, that is concentration of ferric ion times concentration of hydroxide ion. This coefficient will be used as power. We know concentration of ferric ion and concentration of hydroxide ion. Concentration of ferric ion is 0.227 times concentration of hydroxide ion. 0.0454 Q. This is equal to, we can get 2.124 times 10 to the power minus 5. So we got ionic product of ferric hydroxide is this, and we know solubility product of ferric hydroxide is 3.74 times 10 to the power minus 38. So ionic product of ferric hydroxide is bigger than solubility product of ferric hydroxide. This is 10 to the power minus 5, but this is 10 to the power minus 38. So ionic product is greater than solubility product. That means as ionic product of ferric hydroxide is greater than solubility product, so PPT will be formed. As ionic product of ferric hydroxide is greater than solubility product of ferric hydroxide, that is why PPT will be formed in the mixture. Thank you for watching.